Greetings and welcome to this Komodo Community Podcast. Today, I'm with Collider from Cryptocollider, and I am Giuliano. And I'd just like to say hi, Collider. Welcome. Thanks for joining us today.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Good. It's really exciting to talk to you. You've been doing a lot of work in the crypto space, crypto industry, let's say, for quite some time now, a few years now. So maybe even more than that. So would you like to just briefly tell us how long you've been working on what you're doing? Don't quite tell us yet necessarily what you're doing. We're going to actually show a video of that. But tell us like how long you've been around and that sort of a thing.
Yeah, well, it's a long time now. I mean, a month is a long time in crypto. So starting, first starting the projects that I'm working on in early, very early 2014 is a bit of a lifetime. But I think it also takes a lot of time to really get a grasp of what's going on. It's probably pretty fast if you can get a grasp of just Bitcoin alone within 3 or 6 months of first hearing about it. So to get really deep and to make something that's truly decentralized, I'm not trying to be too hard on myself for it taking a few years, but yeah, it's been a constant learning process, and hopefully I can put it all to use.
Well, good. We're here to talk about that today, this process of decentralizing and making games. So in fact, rather than ask you what is Cryptocollider all about, we're going to show a video of it and get an idea like that, because why not? This is a nice video that you've put together. And so we're just going to watch this video.
Yeah, that's good.
So many Bitcoin blocks ago, in a far out corner of the cryptoverse, there started an adventurous project to combine fun, entertainment, education, fairness, and the power of crypto. The project then created the first ever physics-based trading game, Cryptocollider, continuing to develop original games. And go on, you can watch this again, but loving the music here. So obviously you're making some games. Looks fun.
Yeah, you're seeing the learning game, which is unreleased at the moment.
Yeah.
And that's going to be a big one this year.
Nice. All right. Coinsite. Yeah, we'll hear a little bit about that in a moment.
Yeah, that's
man, so many coins, eh? And this is the website, getting onto the game. Here's what you would see playing the game. Depositing is pretty simple. There you see some coins, huh? You're gonna get some action here. There's Komodo.
Yep, this is the original trading arena.
Trading arena. Look at all those coins colliding, bouncing around. Great.
Yep, no random element.
No, it's also you said physics based, right? Okay, good.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're definitely enjoying this. All right, coming 2021. So we got these ideas also to talk about. All right, great. So Cryptocollider, a physics-based game. You mentioned that also it's more than just entertainment. It's also education. You said you mentioned about coming out with further games, specifically targeting the education aspect. What do you want to say about Cryptocollider for us for the first time? Those of us hearing about it for the first time. What would you like to tell us about it more specifically?
That it's a bit of a labor of love to spread more knowledge and understanding about crypto to uh, deliver more options for people to use their coins and also to accumulate different coins. Also, bringing in social aspects and entertainment and education so that we can try to combine all these little niche groups, different coin communities all playing against each other, people who are just starting, learning through the game, and people who are much more experienced, using the game as a profit or hedging sort of randomized trading tool, and just
Cool.
sort of pushing the imagination of what's possible and being a positive example.
And having fun along the way. I mean, it is a game after all. And just seeing that action, that
Yeah.
activity on screen is exciting. So I can see it. I can see it rousing the hearts of many crypto enthusiasts. Uh, so
Yeah.
okay,
Well,
now yeah, go
we've
on.
had yeah tournaments in the past where people haven't been able to get sleep, while the tournament's on because the whole idea is to have the biggest throw to get the most points, and when's that going to happen? And it's all edge of your seat kind of stuff. Uh,
Nice.
yeah,
Yeah, well, I guess it has been around for some time. This is not just a recently released game, but yet there is a recently well, there's a migration happening now toward to Komodo. What's the impetus for that migration for you?
yeah. Well, the ability for the trading arena to grow has been somewhat limited as a result of its not being fully decentralized. That the results are decentralized, so the players can trust the results and the transparency, but the it still requires a deposit and withdrawal system. It was always intended to be uh, fully decentralized, where there was no of the custody issues that we know sort of all the exchanges have, all the users know to be concerned about, and the ability to have this game that is so multiplayer, so multi-chain, so demanding on the scalability of these different chains that it was really I never really expected it to take this long for uh, for the ecosystem to evolve to the point that you could build a game like this. And some of the very recent, really big projects are aiming to try and solve this interoperability and scalability challenges. But at the same time, uh, Komodo has been around for longer and proven the ability to do this already. Has a arguably more open and inviting community that the ability to really get it done now is there with Komodo, and
Yeah.
it would really be a huge achievement for the game, but not only the game, not only for Komodo, but for the industry as a whole to have a game like this working 100% on chain.
So you said, oh yeah, 100% on chain, but okay. So Komodo has this multi-chain architecture which can be built and deployed, so that uh, this creates within the game, there's the interoperability between those multiple chains. And then there's the further interoperability that's possible beyond that between other chains, but specifically about the game architecture using the multi chains. You're going to have, well, could you just discuss and describe what this means, and how the Komodo technology enables this to happen? I know there's going to be a collider chain, points chain, and game data chain. You can talk about that if you feel it's relevant, or we can talk about that a little bit after. But just talk about what it means to be able to take multiple chains, combine them, do what you need to do for your game.
Yeah, well, the way that Komodo is built is it is very complicated. It is a bit of a Pandora's box in terms of the amount of things you can do, and the complexity that is possible there is a little bit mind-boggling, and it takes and it's taken a long time to really kind of grasp how to put this into use, because just defining in the first place everything that Collider needed to do, uh, whether it was on chain or not was a challenge on its own. But then sort of dividing that down and then trying to work out a strategy for migrating it on chain is yeah. I mean, it's been really challenging. It also quite eye opening once the once it was known what it required, then it was possible for me to reach out into the Komodo community and start to discuss whether it's possible to do that with Komodo or not. And, to pleasant surprise, it was not only possible, but there was, it could be done even more in a more even more scalable fashion than I imagined. Because I did originally imagine for there to be, a single collider chain that completed all these different functions that were needed for the game to work. But then but then really deep diving into Modo, learning how the uh, independent chain, multi-chain infrastructure works, it became evident that, well, you don't need to be limited, even within a single project, to a single chain. That you can actually have a division of labor that takes the primary functions of awarding points, of managing the data, managing the custody of the different coins, and separating that, from each other, while still allowing all of those functions and chains to simultaneously trust each other. So you get the
Oh,
best of
wow.
both worlds. You get the
Wow.
interoperability when you need it, and you get the separation when you need it too, so that you don't have too much security on this part and not enough security on that part. Be able to really customize down to the nth degree everything that the different functions needed. And that way, I really see that as the future for scalability, because we know immediately any DeFi project that gets a lot of attention, a lot of use straight away. It has the cost issues, and to build something that can solve those problems before they're there is yeah, that's what the goal is here. And I think by splitting it up into multiple chains and not having this dependence on a single chain there, where all the fees are denominated in a single coin that keeps rising in price. So yeah, it's not the way of the future. I think the way of the future is to actually divide all the different tasks into all of into different respective chains uh, that all link back to a mother chain, so to speak. That then
Yeah.
has the security it needs.
Yeah. Yeah. No doubt. Oh my goodness. I just, okay. So, firstly, um, thank you, Komodo, for creating the infrastructure, and then thank you, Collider, for finding Komodo and being creative enough to see the value in that and try and build with it, uh, because that's what's really needed is the the building using this like you said, this opening this Pandora's box, but then now what? So thank you. But and I really appreciate that you that you said, because so because you're building with it, you know it much more intimately. You're getting to use your creative juices to think about it. But so you mentioned about division of labor, and I think that's fascinating. And the scalability of the Komodo tech is obviously very good. Um, so I don't know if you want to talk more specifically about the chains that you'll use in the game. Maybe that is for another time. But basically, by separating, for example, the game data, the points functions, and then the collider chain, you're achieving certain advantages uh, for the game and its users.
Yeah, yeah. There's for yeah, just to give a comparison to ETH, for example, because yeah, I mean, I've you know done the tests, these mental experiments so many times with all these different chains, and of course, people will look at the trading arena and be like, oh, why not just build it with ETH and ERC20s, because that's where all the activity is. But to just have a game like Collider with 7 players, 7 different coins in a single game, which is very, very typical even at this very small scale, that could create up to 5,000 uh, transactions for the results to be completed. And currently, at current ETH prices, that'd be what, something like 5 ETH, for a game in fees alone.
Yeah,
And really, we need that to be 1,000, maybe 10,000 times less. And how are we going to achieve that with everything running on a single chain? It's not going to happen no matter how scalable whatever that chain is. What we need is systems that empower projects to be their own masters and not have a dependency on the mother chain, which people obviously like, because they want to drive the price and demand of these things up. But you can't have your cake and eat it too.
yeah,
You need to have the scalability for these things to be possible. I mean, we need a crypto blockchain based future where every tiny little piece of data that every human interaction with the internet creates is registered and monetized, and we're going to need an incredibly diverse, interoperable set of chains to do
mhm,
all those little functions specifically, and not be competing with each other for space on the one bus.
right, right. Yeah, that vendor lock-in does make a big difference in the long run as more and more people start using it. And yeah, okay. Well, this is great. So you're taking this Komodo technology, using specifically three main chains. Um, and you're going to secure them as well with well, they're proof of work chains, and they're going to be secured additionally by DPOW, delayed proof of work, as well as APOW, the adaptive proof of work. Why did you choose those?
Yeah, well, the original, the plan, should it be POW, should it be POS? Uh, it's I've come to the understanding that, especially in the early stages, proof of work is the most reliable, trustworthy method of growing something from very small to very big. At the point that it becomes very big, well then migration to POS is much more reasonable. But to start at POS it doesn't really work. You need to reach a high level of decentralization first before you can think about POS, because I think by its nature, POS is kind of working against decentralization, while POW is encouraging decentralization. It's encouraging new players to come in, and those new miners and so on. They're not heavily disadvantaged like they are with a POS-based system, which tends to reward the biggest holders the most and sort of consolidate the power into fewer hands instead of more. So the distribution phase and the security benefits of POW is what really led me to have the change POW based, but also the nature of the games, by the way that they create alternative motivations for mining in the first place, also allows this somewhat of an original hybrid system where people are mining Collider coin by playing the games, and then there's also an allocation of the block reward for the miners who are adding the security that is needed for the on-chain aspects.
Okay, so you're getting so there's a Collider coin. It gets mined as the players play, and there are miners also that can mine it, and they also receive part of the fee structure. Um,
Yeah, yeah,
and then
because
yeah, go on.
yep, because in obviously we're taking the functions which are currently being provided by servers that has to be paid for by someone, uh, to step by step moving those functions on chain means that they need to be provided by some other service, some miners somehow, and they need to be rewarded for that. So
I
changing
see.
the cost structure.
Interesting. So this is interesting too because you are taking something which is already established and you're migrating it. It's not like you're also just building it from scratch. So that's also an interesting um, transformation that's part of this specific uh, event that you're involved with here. Um, okay, and so what do you think of those Komodo features of delayed proof of work and adaptive proof of work?
Well,
And how
adaptive
they
proof
help
of work.
you, like in relation to how they help
Yeah,
Collider Chain.
yeah. Adaptive proof of work is genius feature really. Very simple, pure code based. Probably only a few lines of code, but solving one of the key weaknesses of every proof of work chain. Even Bitcoin in its current state has vulnerability to huge fluctuations in hash rate. If they were to happen, it would be very, very bad. Luckily, the mining is really consistent and just been growing pretty much for Bitcoin. But for smaller coins, especially, that is the one of the main reasons why they're cautious about proof of work, because of the potential for hash rate to fluctuate wildly,
Mm,
and
mm.
then perhaps the chain can get stuck in
Yeah,
and take
yeah. They call
in
that
a
difficulty stranding,
difficulty.
right? Mm,
Yeah, yeah.
okay.
So the price goes up big time. Miners jump on it, jump on the train immediately. The hash rate soars. They mine a bunch of coins. They they sell them, the price comes down way again. The miners leave the chain just as quickly, and then its difficulty hasn't adjusted fast enough, and it could take days or weeks or even months to get to the next block. And
Mm,
cost
terrible. Yeah.
yeah, really bad situation. But adaptive proof of work, just by the way that it uh, recalculates the difficulty, is able to take into account the current block's time while that block is still being mined by taking an average of the of of the ones beforehand. So
Mhm.
yeah, just that very simple but eloquent correction there is something really that every proof of work chain should take advantage of.
There you go. Nice adaptive proof of work. Good job. Um, and and then we're familiar with the delayed proof of work, which is the for protection against 51% attacks and that sort of thing. Did you want to say anything about
Yeah,
that?
yeah, exactly. Well, that's the other main threat that proof of work chains will face is malicious miners who are
And
obviously
so,
attacking the
ho-
chain.
oh, sorry. Go on then. Yeah, yeah. Please do explain it.
Yeah, so they in order to protect against reorganizations, that someone comes on with 51% of the hash rate and they're able to rewrite the blocks backwards. Delayed proof of work is the mechanism of creating sort of points along the chain that are notarized to a even larger chain like Bitcoin or even Litecoin or Bitcoin Cash, any larger UTXO based chain that can provide that extra security in a periodic fashion. So every so many blocks, you notarize that state to a larger chain, and then if someone tries to attack and rewrite before that chain, well, then they would also have to attack and rewrite that notarized block in the larger chain, which really
Mm.
isn't feasible.
So for your chains, for Collider, they will be notarized to the Komodo chain. And then in turn, Komodo has its own delayed proof of work by which it notarizes onto Bitcoin's blockchain.
Yes, yeah, that's right. And
Nice.
the smaller, more function specific chains within Collider that are managing the points and managing the game data, they'll notarize to the main Collider chain, and it's just a daisy chain of security.
Hmm. Very nice. Good stuff. Well, okay, because you're migrating over, you're also having now new opportunities to continue building out what you've already started. Um, do you want to discuss your Collider wallet? And it's going to be a user-friendly GUI wallet for storage, but there's also going to be mining and voting, other on-chain features. So this looks like a quite an exciting piece that's coming together as well.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. Well, that's and yeah, another reason why I've chosen Komodo as the base plate because the white label products that you've already developed in terms of the wallet and the atomic decks are all there to be uh, integrated, built upon, added to, and built into the app that contains the really unique stuff that the Collider offers. So it's a huge running start. There's no need to reinvent the wheel. The all those tools, the wallet and the decks, they're ready to go, and just one feature at a time. Those things will be added. So in the very beginning, it'll just be for holding and managing your Collider coin. And then as we decentralize the storage of the different coins that are in the game, they'll also be added into the wallet and also into the Collider DEX, the version of Atomic DEX remade to be specific to Collider and its coins.
Beauty.
Yeah, hopefully be another example of how that can be done to speed up the development process and enable other projects to hit the
Take
ground running.
advantage. Hmm.
Yeah, have those
Indeed.
DEX already.
Indeed. Beautiful. Well, you're setting such a key example for the rest of all of everyone. So that's great. You are, and that's really exciting. Just what Komodo has to offer and how that allows Collider to a crypto collider um, to almost take it to a new dimension. Maybe something you've been looking forward to for some time, just not knowing where you would find it, and here it is. So good on you. Okay.
Yeah, no, it's a big team effort. The platforms can't exist without no projects to use them. The projects can't build all the fancy features if without uh, using the stuff that the platform already provides. So yeah, it's very much a complementary team effort, and it would really be a great achievement and a real honor to end up being a good example.
Good. Well, we're wishing you all the best along that way for sure. And you had some interactions also with JL 777. Did that provide the things that you needed as well, or was that more from just like a little cursory, superficial perspective?
Well, to get the when mm, still after all this, still after it's been a few years, but still there has been nothing anything like a Collider that has come around since. So as I was building it for these last few years and taking a break here and there, it was like, well, where's the example for me to follow? Where's the uh, how do I do this? Like it's really stepping into new territory, and maybe no one's doing it because maybe it's impossible, or maybe it's not a good idea. But all of this time, uh, I have come to the uh, to the concrete understanding that yes, it is possible. Uh, no one's done it yet because no one else has done it yet. Someone's got to go first. Someone's got to take the lead. When I started talking to JL about what my plans, possible plans could be, and whether that could work in Komodo, not only was the answer yes, but some parts of it that I thought would be next to impossible are actually not that hard. And some other parts which I thought might be fairly easy might be the hardest parts. But all of it, uh, all of it, I'm confident can be achieved with the combined knowledge and experience of the whole team there. So going to need
Wonderful.
a bit of help, but at the same time, uh, I'm uh, I'm confident that JL is confident that it can be done. Just will there'll be some hiccups, some challenges, but once it's done, it'll be done for good.
Nice. Yeah. Once it's done, it'll be done for good. It'll be decentralized, as you were saying, completely. Um, so that's amazing. We just have a couple more questions to ask you. I really do hope we can uh, talk again as this continues to come out more and more. Okay. But here, I just want to talk about something which might be a bit more relevant for the current Collider players. and users. There's going to be the migration, so the coins are actually going to be migrated as well, and there's going to be a new ratio as well. For every one collider right now, it'll become 100, if I'm correct on that. So is there something you wanted to say about that? Is it like, do you want to talk about the process of how that will happen? Is it because of the some of this Komodo technology that it can happen? Which part of the technology are you using to make it happen, to make this transition of the coins?
Yeah, yeah. Well, as just learning from experience that more granularity in coins is benefit. That by changing it by increasing the total supply and everyone's relative holdings by 100x, you're not really changing anything, sort of moving the decimal place a couple of points, but by doing that, you will allow people to more easily obtain whole units and and create more room for growth. That looking through the chains which have scaled really well, uh, they're the ones which have just the higher volumes, and that's just one of the changes that I'm implementing at this point as we migrate, because it's a good opportunity to sort of tweak, some of those settings and really try to create something that will will scale and provide the most benefit to all of the existing players as well as the new ones, giving room for new people to come in and providing more value for everyone.
Nice. And now Collider coin itself is used in game. You can use it as part of the game mechanics as well, if I'm correct on that one. So that's quite interesting.
Yeah, yeah, that's right. So it's played in game, but it's unique in that it can't be won or lost, other like the other chains. Its
Ah,
primary function is to influence the gameplay, and it also uh, is the uh, revenue distribution model. So all of the Collider coin receives equal share proportionately of all of the fees which are generated through the
ah,
game. So it has that long-term benefit, but also a much more direct benefit of being able to play them endlessly, and also the idea that you play to earn points, which then get converted into Collider coin, which give you extra features enabled in the game, but also that you can play them and never lose them. So the theory kind of goes that it's as long as you have Collider coin, at some point you will be uh, of you will have more value in the system than you put in, even if lost every throw, which is not really possible. But even
wow.
if you completely went to zero, you can't lose the Collider coin, and they will eventually create fee payouts that are greater than So it's impossible to lose on a long term scale.
Very cool. Very cool. And currently, the way to get Collider coin is just to mine it or play the game, which is also mining it. That's correct, right?
Yeah, yeah. So there's
Cool.
those two ways now. It's only been the one way for the last couple of years, but now we've got the just 48 hours ago the new Collider coin chain has officially been launched. The
Huh?
existing players have been given the mining instructions first, so that they can have a little bit of a head start of a week or two and a chance to gently increase the hash rate. So probably in a week or so, the full mining instructions will be released to all of the Komodo community, and surely there'll be a few bigger miners jump on and give us some more exposure and some more security, and we can just start stepping through the process of decentralizing all of the different functions.
Amazing. Yes, yes, yes. And congratulations then on launching officially that chain. And we're looking forward to a long life for that chain. And
Thank
uh,
you.
well, considering it, I mean, that's cool, right? It's going to be decentralized. It's like you're setting off the ship to sail and bon voyage. Um, so good, good, good. I think we're coming near the end here, but what's cool too is that you're eventually gonna have this DEX option as well, and Collider coin and all these other coins, and it's just gonna start mixing. Okay, I am curious though about the game physics. What did you want to tell us about the game physics? You created them yourself, or did you take them from somewhere and implement them? What's that all about? And is you mentioned that it's the only game with real physics? Is that what you were saying
Yeah,
in
well,
the
it's
crypto?
my understanding. It's my understanding it's the only game which is uh, truly multi-chain, multiplayer, no random elements, no house to play against. It's player versus player, and there's nothing random about anything. As much as it looks random, actually the same game with the same input has the same result. That if you put the effort into learning how it works, you can dramatically increase your percentage of your win rate.
So it's a
If
skill based
you
game too.
yeah, yeah,
Nice.
that's right.
Okay.
So based on history, you can through by playing the more skillful players shift their winning percentage by about 25 to 30% higher than someone who plays randomly.
Okay.
So that's quite enough to make it profitable just based on a gameplay basis. But then it can also be profitable based on the hedging effect, because you play with one coin and you take winnings in many. So even by playing randomly, the price differences of the different coins that you end up winning often dramatically overpower any of the small percentage that you might be down on a game by game basis against the people who are playing with a lot of thought if you're playing randomly. So it works as a hedging system. If you want to
Okay.
deposit a single coin and just play it until it's gone, and you have a bunch of others. And it also works as a skill-based, win more value than the other person based on playing better on a game by game
Nice.
basis.
Nice, very nice, very intriguing. And eventually, we're also going to get an educational version as well. Looking forward to that. Maybe we'll chat with you more when that's closer to or around the time of being released. Um, yeah, I'm not sure on
Yeah.
this, unless you want to say anything else. I feel like this has been quite a, a dense conversation, and it's gone on for some time now. Um, maybe
Yeah,
there.
yeah, no, yeah, it's been great. I will take up on the offer of we'll be back to talk about Crypto Challenge, which is the educational game, which is sort of the counterbalance for the trading arena, which is very focused on people who are very deep into crypto and understand all these different chains. They want to support their own community a lot of the time, or they want to win through really understanding it well. They already have a bunch of coins. They know how to deposit and draw and so on. Crypto Challenge is the polar opposite of that. It's the one which is designed for anyone who's just starting out to play. That will explain, for example, what the difference is between fiat and crypto currencies, why we need them, what we can use them for, what different characters are in the game, what different exchanges, what different
Love it.
approaches you can take, and,
Love it.
to cover that for the people who are just starting, and also to give the experienced players a chance to earn Collider coin by contributing to the content that players learn in the learning game. So to connect those
Interesting.
two groups together and hopefully have a crossover where people start playing challenge and they can migrate into learning how to trade in the trading arena, and the people in the trading arena to help build out content in the education.
Beauty. Well, anybody who wants to start mining some Collider coin can start playing the game now, or is that on a buffer right now until a week from now, or whenever
Oh
that
no,
happens?
yeah, you can start. It's probably better to start playing straight away, because you'll get a slightly you'll get a better ratio of points to Collider coin currently before you make the changes and have the 100x difference. So yeah, if you're keen, then get in straight away, and in about a week's time, we'll also announce the details that people need to start mining in a more traditional POW style.
Great. All right. And to play, just visit cryptocollider.com. Is that correct? And you can download the app and get yourself started.
Yep, that's it. And
And
yeah, come into
yep,
Discord if you need any help.
right. Okay, I was going to ask if you have a Discord channel, so you'll send me the Discord invite as well. I'll put that in the description, and any Twitter will be in the description. And if you have any other social media that you would like um, any of the viewers to click on, we'll put it all in the description. And at this point, I think we are going to say goodbye. I really appreciate you coming on and sharing so keenly about Crypto Collider and all the good work that you're attempting and already doing, in fact, and wishing you uh, just continued progress, really. And for everybody watching, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed, hope you learned something, hope you got excited about Crypto Collider and also about the Komodo platform and the future of cryptocurrency in general. Collider, thanks so much for joining.
Excellent. Thanks for having me. It's been great. Look forward to keeping you updated with progress.
All righty. And we'll see you around Discord. Take care. Bye, everyone.
Yep. Catch you later. Bye bye.